So, how would you describe Vacuist, like elevator pitch to someone who's never heard of you?
Sure. Uh, Loud, complex, and song focused. Good dog. Very good dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not even gonna
Uh,
cut that one out.
no, it's a beautiful dog.
I know he had
What's
to
her
jump
name?
up here.
But yeah,
You,
so just the whole point of I think the elevator pitch, 10 seconds. The whole point was we wanted to be as loud as absolutely possible, without sacrificing, and just brutal without sacrificing any of the like musicality or song focused parts that like I think all of our favorite bands have. Because I think that end of elevator pitch more because I think it just not in a bad way, just like we're dorks and we like I listen to Randy Newman as much as I listen to like trap them, and I just need those two things to live together. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored.
Welcome to the Nausea River podcast. I'm Theo Morgan, and sometimes there isn't a huge pitch to be made at the beginning of an episode. Last month, I cold approached Vacuist guitarist Henry Goldsmith on Facebook, or maybe he cold approached me. There was no live show. I've never seen Vacuous live at all. Never met these guys in person elsewhere. I barely knew anything about their band, but thankfully they had a cool sound. Vacuist are a metal band. I'd call them metalcore, but paints an inaccurate picture in a lot of minds. Sometimes I say it and I only mean Converge worship. I'd call Vacuous post-metal, but there's a lot of old school screamo and noise rock mixed in with this paint. The only thing to say is to listen to their full-length album, Lacerations Double Slash Strains, depending on what kind of music you're into anyways. Yeah, this should be good. I always start by having everyone introduce themselves.
I'll
You
start.
first.
I'm just like, let the bassist start this time.
Oh my god.
I'm Stavros. I play bass in the band.
I'm Ian Standing. I'm the guitarist and one of the primary vocalists.
I'm Henry. I go by as Micah in the description because I want to feel special with it, aka I'm also the other guitarist, primary guitarist, and also co-vocalist in the band. I write some of the songs.
And yeah, meet Henry Goldsmith, Ian Standing, and Stavros Aganis. 3 young men in pursuit of loud, weird anguish. Well, I call them young because I consider myself young too, for now. And there's something to be said about the darkest music being made by the funniest people. After all, I was peeing myself laughing during the Tears from a Grieving Heart interview. I'm glad to report that Vacuous fit the stereotype. I had a great time, much love, and enjoyed the episode. In terms of genres, if you had to pick one.
Well, in our current iteration with our new drummer, we're definitely more leaning towards like the hardcore metalcore, a little hint of mathcore as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we definitely like with like our first record, it's definitely like prog metal, post hardcore, emo, definitely more on my side of things. There's still probably emo and like the newer stuff, but like that's definitely more of my songs because I just kind of write in that kind of fashion.
I think it's for all of us. We have the new song Severance, and the back half is like an emo scram song. So
That is true. It's definitely with at least like with like the lyrical topics on my end, it's definitely in that kind of emo, screamo violence, whatever genre label you throw at it,
yeah,
whatever the press comes up with.
and I can't write about myself or people around me, so I can only write about things and current events. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of I'm emotional about the world dying. Anyways.
All right. So I always ask subjects about their origins, but as you alluded to in messages, there have there is definitely a story before Vacuist. So let's start where we want to start.
All right.
So yeah, we were in the three of us. Kyle kind of came in a little later.
He's our newest addition.
Yeah, the three of us were in a band previously called West of Neptune, which was kind of a proggy, weird. I don't know exactly how to describe it. We had
It's kind of like Faith
literal
No More meets Mastodon kind of vibe.
yeah.
A little all over the place.
Yeah, we had literally the Looney Tunes theme in one of our songs, which was fantastic. But so from that kind of fell apart at a certain point, and from the ashes of that, the three of us moved forward and formed Vacuist. We had our previous drummer Thomas, great drummer, great guy. He did the whole
He's on the
previous
record.
album. Yeah, he did that album with us. And our new drummer Kyle has kind of taken us into more of this metalcore, hardcore direction. And he's going to be on the upcoming EP. So it's fun.
And I think we wanted to go heavier, faster in
Yeah.
general. It was just we needed someone to unlock the lobe of our brain that could do it. Previously, we were very like Russian. You heard the record. It was a lot of like we talked about Russian circles a lot in the pre album stuff.
Yeah,
because that's what we all liked. And then once Thomas left, and Thomas left because he's a particle physicist.
And he got his dream job back in Chicago. So
we can't say no, but I can't say no to that. At the end of the day, and he's been a brilliant drummer. When Kyle joined, that was just like a different unlocking of a different lobe of all of our brains because he is also.
My connection dropped out. Looks like we're back. I dropped out. I fell off hard.
Kyle is like an insanely good drummer.
Yeah.
And also beats the shit out of his kick. His kit.
Well, he's so loud, and that's what we love about him. It's like he actually can keep up with our insane wall of stacks of amplifiers, like the insane people we are.
Yeah.
So you released an album last year,
mm-hmm.
Laceration Strains. There's definitely some stuff to say about it, especially because I don't know if would you consider it a concept album? That should be my first question.
We haven't thought of that. Well, if you consider it a concept album, then yeah, I guess.
I'd say it's like a loose concept album. It's kind of like how Pet Sounds is a concept album. I treat it as like the songs kind of descend. We go down. It starts like one of the first tracks, Bolster, is like the story of a plane crash.
Mm-hmm. And
it basically ends it gets like it kind of goes up, it goes down, and then comes back up because like with like Dendriforms is about like sinking the body ocean, becoming coral.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of comes back up from there
mm-hmm.
in its way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a vibe concept.
I'm curious what you thought the concept was. I'm really interested.
I think like once I knew that a plane crash was involved, I'll just say now, that's just what happened to MH370. They crashed in the ocean and turned into coral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're listening from heaven, being like, they still can't find this plane, can they?
So you can you edit that where we thought of that?
We're very smart and good. And Stav and I definitely didn't spend 3 nights in a row writing all the lyrics to Dendriform.
Yeah.
One of those sessions where I fell asleep in the chair actively while you were still writing.
But there does seem to be a story behind every song, at least. Which one would you say is your favorite among any of you?
You start.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep putting it on you.
Just put it on the basis. That's okay. I can handle it.
That's your point. That's the point. Let the rhythm hit him.
The one time I probably will ever sing on a song is Dendriforms, but I will say I think my favorite is Tar Pit. I really love Tar Pit.
Like Tar Pit was like the standout track. I think that's like arguably like the best track on the record, and it's like penned by our fair Ian here.
I feel bad if I say Tar Pit, but it is Tar Pit. Like at the end of the day, I just, the other one is All Waiting at Sea.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my favorite.
Yeah,
But-
that's like the second one, but only because it's like that's like where I felt like I got the best at like my kind of songwriting, lyric writing. Because like before, it's always kind of been iffy for me. I always feel like any like previous stuff I've written, it's like, oh, it's fucking cringe. But it's like I think with like All Waiting, that was the song where I really like bled out the poison because the narrative is like something different, but I was using it to analogize me dealing with like the loss of like close family and a close friend. And I was just not able to like be there and be present for them because I was just like far away, stuck in college and whatever, and just couldn't have the time. So it's just sort of like getting that all out of my system and just kind of like finally being able to like let go and forgive myself for not being there for those people. So it was heavy doing those vocals because it's like, I'll fully admit it. It's like by like the end I did like that first vocal, I was like on the floor sobbing. Like when you hear me cry on the floor, that's like literally me sobbing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how genuine that was.
It's
I
like,
assume that for some, not for you, but for some artists, when there is screaming and crying on a record, they can put on an act. And like, that's fine.
no, that was real because it's like part of it was like I used the real names of like the people, even though it's like in the narrative, like it's about something completely different. But because I use the real names, it ties it back to like a thing that strikes a nerve with me personally. And so it just makes it really easy to fall to the floor crying out for those people. It's like I try not to phone it in.
I also think it was an interesting it was an interesting song to write because it's an original in its original version. It was completely different, and it was kind of a ripoff of a generic Radiohead song, a from OK Computer, and it was like in a completely different key and everything. And something that we really tried to do with this band was, hey, the bones are there, but what if we tried doing everything completely different more often, which was something we weren't doing in West of Neptune. And I think Orist, Mercator, and All Waiting at Sea both had the biggest jumps because we completely changed the key. We completely changed the way everything felt on All Waiting. Just like took it down to like, I think we literally said, okay, what if we made it in 15/8? This is where the prog shit occurs. What if we put it in 15/8 and then we eventually we're like, it's 6/8. Don't be. And that was Henry, because I wrote a lot of the initial riffing for it, and then we kept changing and kept editing and kept changing and kept editing. And I think that one had the longest gestation period for a song that we did, and it worked out great because there's tons of like Oxbow on that song. There's, I think Oxbow was my biggest influence going into that song, but just like there's so many things that we love to do and play on that song. Not to just focus on a one great band, but
the band that I thought of the most listening throughout various songs, not all but enough, was Ken Mode.
Fuck yeah.
Great band.
Yeah, right.
That's like basically one of like the three that we put in like the for fans of, like when we
okay, I didn't
so
look at the
it's-
for fans of. I
that's
organically.
I don't think we have it like out there, but it's like the kind of three that we have currently that like I like to like list is like Converge, Ken Mode, and Canute.
Yeah. I also thought Converge, but I was wondering like are you just calling every metalcore band you like Converge worship? Like in my head I was thinking that because
Austin metalcore, absolutely.
Because when it comes to metalcore, like it's either something that sounds like Converge and I really like it, and like somewhat ironically, like the more metally forms of metalcore, like, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. The best form of metalcore is more hardcore than metal.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one ever agrees with me because all my friends are metalheads. But so someone could dare me list your favorite metalcore bands, and it's, you know, Converge and Earth Crisis.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like that one band. I've been thinking about them a lot recently. Year of the Knife.
Okay.
Where they're just like hardcore plus death metal, which is my ideal situation. I want death metal riffs, and then just like absolutely punishing speeds.
Yeah, even just like a hardcore mindset, like Sanguisugabog kind of has that because there's like they're just a bunch of displaced hardcore kids who make death metal in a way.
Yeah. I love Sanguisugabog. They're so
I would need to see them live again because last time I saw them I got a huge concussion like during one of the openers, and like I barely remember their show.
Oh shoot.
Word.
I did get the football once.
Oh,
Tackled by 3 people right before the end of the song.
I was in no shape to play murder ball.
I thought I was, and then
I also don't think I'm ever in shape to play that because like I'm over 25.
Yeah. Oh, same with all of us.
Yeah, I think we're all.
I've crossed the barrier. I'm now 31, so it's like I just cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot last in these hardcore crowds. But it's like I love all those shows, man. But it's like I'm just gonna get my ass beat to a pulp. My body's already falling apart.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had a substantial pit?
We just played on Sunday, and I would say that was our most substantial pit.
Yeah.
We had people. I don't know the name of all the moves. That's a lame thing to say.
It's okay. Me neither.
It was like skanking in place. I think there might have been like the grabbing down.
Reach down and pick up a quarter.
The oh shit, I dropped my keys.
Yeah, exactly. There was a bunch of that, and then and it was cool to do it because it was actually in a church rec center, which felt like we finally did the thing we were supposed to be doing. We did have a girl, a woman, I should say, who dislocated her knee in our pit, quote unquote, on Sunday, and she was a trooper. She popped it back in on the floor.
Oh my god, I missed that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you
was
okay. Yeah.
Because it's like I was like, when everything stopped, it's like, why are we stopping? Oh shit, a girl on the floor, and I couldn't stop yelling at her, and I was not helping the situation. It was like the adrenaline did not die down.
She was yelling, "It's not your fault. It's okay."
Yeah, but I was like, still not helping.
Screaming at her.
Still not helping. Yeah. It was supportive, but it was not helping in the slightest.
That's the most serious pit.
There were actually 2 other bands after us that night, and she hung out like she
wanted to hear them.
It was super hot in that church, so
like that was kind of part of like
on the front stoop there and just hung out and listened to the rest of the bands for the end of the night too. She was a total trooper.
Super sick. Yeah.
It was like kind of like that was kind of part of why it was like dangerous to kind of mosh down there, because like it was so hot and humid down there. Like the floor was starting to get slippery. Like it was getting to the point where it's like my foot was like slipping on like my pedal board. I was trying to do the expression and shit. And so was like Sav when like, it was like hitting his like expression pedal at the show. It was like we were all slippery and sliding. We had to get like fucking skateboard tape next time to just like put grip on like all like our shit.
Yeah, I never thought, I mean, I've definitely been in very hot venues before. I never thought, like, it's so hot, it's dewy on stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
That's crazy.
It was a good learning experience, I think is the way we'll put it.
Yeah.
If it, like, you wonder, like, how did Florida death metal even happen if this is what they have to play in?
I can't imagine a worm show in Florida. I would die. Too hot. I would love to see them, but in
I mean,
their home.
like, we're talking about, like, the Black and Doom metal band?
Yeah.
Okay,
Worm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are from Florida, aren't they?
They are from Florida, which is
I always forget that.
they have that one album that's very swamp focused, and that's
Okay, because maybe I confuse them with Spectral Wound occasionally and think, yes, Montreal.
Spectral Wound is so good.
Yeah. I don't even know why. I think maybe I just like listened to Spectral Wound on the way to seeing Worm and just crossed wires or something.
It happens. I mean, we're
Yeah.
gonna. I don't know if all of us are going to, but I'm going to see Ulcerate with I think Spirit Possession opening
Yes.
later this year.
My second favorite New Zealand death metal band. But I do have
So
to always plug my first, which is Blindfolded and Led to the Woods.
great band. So
Yeah,
good.
okay, so someone finally understands.
Yeah.
Is anyone, Ian's gonna fucking understand. He's plugged into all like the cool shit, and I have to play catch up.
Yeah, but
most of the time.
Blindfold and Led to the Woods were supposed to have a US tour last year, and their visas got denied.
No.
And that's actually the band I was thinking of was just like I dropped the ball. So, like I wish someone was pushing me not to, because I was trying to interview them, thinking like I've heard so much about how bad visa fees are. I could hear it firsthand from you guys, and also just bug you about your music. And like I mostly focus on local bands, but you know what? A good story is a good story.
Sure.
And
yeah,
I just didn't push with the interview enough. And also, like, I think it was also hard to find a time because they're 16 hours ahead of me.
That's brutal.
Oh, yeah.
That's difficult. That's brutal.
Yeah. But Ulcerate and Spirit Possession, like, when I saw that Ulcerate was coming, I was shocked because you can never get Australian or New Zealand bands to come here. I think especially not New Zealand. Just because, like, there aren't direct flights. It's so, even like visas aside, that's more costs to get your equipment out here.
Yep.
Get airfare, all that good stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, there's we have activated my trap card, which is that I love New Zealand music categorically going back forever. So I will move past that to make it the dork out hour and just say like I cannot imagine it's easy unless you're getting loaned a bunch of equipment. And
Yeah, if you're just like plugging into everyone's cabs.
yeah.
And like
It's
I'll blame you if you are.
Yeah.
Not
you
even-
should. Like,
Yeah.
There's no other way.
It's like the only like kind of feasible way is like you have to bring like your own like amplifier head, and it has to be like super compact, and it's like universal voltage, and it's like hope and pray that you can bring enough pedals to like get your core sound or like a multi effects or whatever. It's like that's like the only way I can think of like making those like logistics where it's like playing overseas like that.
Yeah, I forgot that electrical outlets are not standardized across the world.
Yeah.
Nope, but like thankfully like amplifier companies are catching up being like, oh, if people are going to use these like around the world, they better be able to like work with any voltage and not blow up when plugged into the wrong stuff.
Man, I wonder if someone's like destroyed their stuff doing that.
Yes,
Sabbath did that 100% the first time they played the
Really?
US. Yeah, it's like they
Yeah, R.I.P.
fucking oof, man.
Yeah, I have firsthand seen it. I used to do sound for venues. I still do it occasionally when I can. I have firsthand seen a band from England go, "Can I just plug this in?" And which is weird because they should be using an adapter, but they so they
You
do, but then they don't have it set correctly, and so their amp just has the wrong power draw. It's just not working the entire time, and it becomes a big problem. And I don't know. This is not band advice from nobody bands, but
yeah.
rent in the country you're going to.
I assume Ulster has been told all this.
They've been doing this for 15 years.
Yeah,
They
I didn't
know
know
what
how
they're
long.
talking
I didn't know how long they had been around for. I more recently caught on to them because of the hype last year.
Oh, I don't know about the hype last year. I got
Well,
really
I mean,
hung up.
like, yeah, I mean, like, I saw like big publications tackling cutting in the throat of God.
Oh, that
Because like even Anthony Fantano, albeit with a guest reviewer, covered the album.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had to bring on Ebony from Metal and Coffee, but he did feature the review on his channel.
She loved it. I think she gave it like
Yeah,
a 9.
yeah. I don't think she likes reviewing albums she doesn't enjoy, so she generally gives stuff very high scores, which is fine. I also try if I also try to only listen to stuff I enjoy sometimes.
Sure.
And like if I don't like something, I feel I feel bad for the band usually because this is metal. You're not like it's not like, oh, they're gonna be rich and have adoring fans anyways. Like you're making some middle manager feel bad for
Yeah.
this hobby.
Yeah. Some guy who, I work in IT, so I just think about some guy who's like, my day job pays for
I know.
my difficult life that I've chosen.
I know. It's like if someone gave my podcast a bad review, I'd be like, I pay $45 a month for these various services.
Sure. Well, luckily I think you have a great podcast, so that makes it
Oh,
hard to give a bad review.
that will happen eventually.
Yeah. Well,
But speaking of gear,
yeah.
Oh
I've
boy.
been told that there are gear nerds here, but there is a twist. I'm not a musician, so you can nerd out. But if I say, what does this do? Why does that matter? You have to answer and make sure that me and the other normies in the audience can understand what you're saying.
We'll do our best, but no promises.
That
I
I
feel like I'm a
figured.
good middle ground for this. I'm the bassist. I'm the dumb guy who lets the other guys tell me what to do
It's
with
more
my
like
tone.
there are two
So-
high peaks, and then you're the
I'm
valley.
I'm the valley of the two peaks between
The
you guys.
bassist, no chords, no bitches, no brain.
4 strings. We'll
Four
never
strings
get
unless you think a little too highly of yourself.
Yeah.
Things, and I was like, yeah, is there supposed to be more on a bass?
Yeah, why don't you talk about what you're using, what you're doing,
Yeah.
some of the stupid sounds that you make that sound like the regular show intro
Yeah. So we do.
that I asked you to do, just to be clear.
No, that was my idea, and then you confirmed it.
Yeah, that's it.
So we do. So I have. I don't know how in depth you want me to get because it could get.
You can do whatever you want, but you have to try to clarify if I ask you to.
Okay, so I have an amp. Use it as a volume box. I plug into the back of it with a what's the brand? I got it right in front of me here. It is Master Effects Monorail. That's my preamp. That's where all the tone comes from on my amp. The actual amp itself, it's a Laney 500 watt amp. It's just there to
Just
be
power.
volume and power.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I could go through my whole pedal board, but not too much reason. I just play some gain and stuff on there. There's one point in one of our songs on the upcoming EP where I do have I have 3 stages of gain. So I have a Earthquaker Devices Blooms, which is just a bass overdrive pedal. I have what's the brand for the lead 12? Do you remember?
It's a Nerd Knuckle.
Nerd Knuckle. I have a Nerd Knuckle Lead 12.
Local offshoot's not fair. Local pedal builder. The guy who makes Nerd Knuckle works for Electronic Audio Experiments.
Yeah.
That's a
What
great
is-
company.
Yeah.
And what is Electronic Audio Experiments?
The best pedal builder. And
Okay.
at least in New England, I would say. But,
Yeah.
Where are they based out of?
I don't know where they're based out of exactly.
I can Google that while I
Yeah.
continue with my little
I-
rundown.
They're pretty damn close. They're like essentially like in our backyard. And it's just like
Yeah.
Okay.
John Snyder is like a total sweetheart of a guy, and he's just a brilliant engineer. Like the stuff he like comes up with is just like super inspired and innovative. It's like it's kind of crazy that it's like to be us like just be able to like talk to him, and he just like considers us friends now because like we've kind of gone and seen him like
considered us friends, but we've definitely seen him around, and we'll talk
Yeah.
to him when we see him and all that.
yeah, it's friendly. It's like I've certainly like talked to him in like DMs on Instagram. And he's like tolerant of like me going back and forth with him on that. I think like the key thing is like we're not asking for free gear.
Yeah.
So that
I
kind of
just want
helps.
this pedal's good. That's all I care about.
But yeah, so I got the balloons on the Lead 12, and then I put a
When the Lead 12, not to interrupt you too much, but
Yeah.
the Lead 12 is funny because I got one, and then I was like, this is the greatest pedal I've ever played, and just bought a few for some other people and handed them out to
Yeah.
other bassists in my life as like, you need this. It's so fucking good.
It was
So
a
what
wonder.
does the Lead 12 do?
It's distortion.
It's
Okay.
Isn't it based off a shitty Marshall practice
It
amp?
is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Marshall
It's
practice.
based.
But it
It's like
sounds
literally
really good.
it.
But I do the blooms, I do that, and then I do the Earthquaker Devices Hizumitas, which is a fuzz pedal. It's Wada from Boris.
Oh.
Signature pedal.
Okay.
My
We
favorite-
love Boris.
Yeah, huge Boris.
Yeah,
fan.
you're in good company here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I throw those on, and then I just slowly rock a bass wah, and it makes what is it's I didn't intentionally do it, but it is just kind of the regular show. So we got a song where I use that, and then there's another song most of the songs is just standard, between those gain pedals I'll pick one, like the blooms will stay on, and then as my core tone, and then pick whatever else I want for sludgier stuff. And then the other goofy pedal I have on there for fun is a bass whammy, which I mostly use on our song. We're still adjusting the title, but right now it's called Grind Shore. It's our grindcore adjacent song.
We're trying to invent a genre. It's what if you had-
Is it like grindcore plus surf rock?
It's grindcore plus ocean sounds.
Okay, but
It's-
I feel like
it's not-
I feel like I have a winning idea.
You do. I won't say it's not got some surf rock with the lead I'm playing, but
You'll never notice that.
you'll never know because it's
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah.
Do
Uh,
So I
We
do.
put too much distortion on it. We have to do like the version
you put
with
too
no
much
distortion.
distortion. No, you put too much distortion on it, and surf rock becomes black metal.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
Do you think Dick Dale stays in heaven because he fears that he created?
100%. The man hated distortion. I would love to know what Dick Dale thinks of Ulver's first two records.
Yeah.
So to finish my rundown,
No.
I have those are the main pedals. I have a compressor. If anyone out there is super, really cares about this stuff, there's the SP compressor by Exotic Effects, and there's the Boss TU3. Those are the tuner pedal. Those are the main kind of bread and butter. And then that whammy I just used to make loud, annoying, like full 2-octave up sounds. And I literally just punch my bass for most of that song. I don't play many actual notes.
Like literally fists.
I literally take my fist and punch my bass for most of the song.
We're getting grindcore to its most basic elements.
Yeah, we
Stop playing notes.
I was originally told it is grindcore, so maybe we shouldn't have bass in it at all. And then
it was the kind of discordant axis approach where it's like John Chang was like, no bass guitar, no groove, don't slow down or you're selling out.
No bass, it's the Stavros P-break song.
Yeah, pretty much. But then we're like, you know what? Just punch it. Just really punch it and make noise. I'm like, all right.
That's that feels like the post-metal way of doing it.
Yeah. So that's kind of my out of order, pedal board. I got a couple other ones in there for fun, but they never really get too much use. They're just kind of eye candy flavor for when other, bands look up and say, "Ooh, look at that board."
Yeah, you can trick them into thinking you've used everything you've spent a stupid amount of money on.
Yeah, because for those listening, they didn't see this, but Henry showed his very large pedal board.
This is just like part of like the home rig that's like if I just want to play around with like shit.
Yeah, it's not quite shoegaze levels, but it's pretty good.
Oh, like there's the board underneath my desk that gets like into shoegaze level, and I have like a satellite board, and then I have like my tube amplifiers that I use to like record for like the EP.
Okay.
So it's like which is a great way to get transition. Like that's the kind of core.
Move to Henry here.
Yeah.
That's the great way to kind of transition into like what essentially is like my live rig, because I'm not going to go into like the full rig because then the podcast is going to be way too long. All the viewers are going to tune out. The main thing is like how I have like my live setup is I have it set up with like kind of 3 core sounds, like my high gain, like modern metal, super chugga chugga, gated off. So there's no noise in between. A bright crunch that you hit with like another overdrive and it turns into like Boston hardcore converge, like that kind of stuff. And then the third sound is really me desperately trying to emulate my Dean Markley Signature Series 60 tube head because I fell in love with the sound of this is going to be a running theme with like me in this band. I worship the ground of this Cleveland, Ohio band called Cross, CRAW. And their first record was produced by Steve Albini. Sounds fucking great. It's like amazing noise rock, math rock, sludgy stuff. It's like Melvin's Jesus Lizard in a blender with like pixies shouting at you, kind of stuff like that. And the guitarist, Rocky Brockway, used the Dean's Signature Series 60 on that record, and he had it running through like just like big cabs, and it just like pushed like a lot of volume. It has such a unique sound, so it's like I've been chasing after that sound in like various ways until like I actually got the amp, and then it's like, well, I don't want to bring this amp out because it's like it's kind of died on me a few times. I had to bring it into like the repair shop. So I finally figured out like a way to like get like that sound in a condensed form where I don't have to bring the big thing. So like that's kind of like how I mainly structured my kind of live setup sound, and then everything else is like volume boost for like lead parts I want to accentuate, a pedal that makes me sound like death metal, black metal, where it's like does like the HM2 big chasm notch sound. So it's like it sounds like a Wolverine Blues, like that kind of stuff. It basically turns everything into Wolverine Blues or like any Harm's Way kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like echo delay, and then I have like a looper to like make noise collages like during the show when I remember to do that. And then other than that, it's like I have like a couple of pedals for like my vocal chain because I can't do vocals without like distortion live. It's I need, it's like the safety, it's like the additional safety blanket when I perform live. It's like don't like dealing with like my vocals raw, and also just kind of helps because it like kind of mitigates the dynamics. So it's like if like my vocals are blasting so loud, it won't peak as much as already like kind of squaring off going into like the sound system.
Yeah, but it's not like it growls for you.
No, it does. I still like have to project, but it's like it makes it sound more teethy.
I just think that there are some people who like hear about who like get their minds broken the moment they think that people do modify their voice live, like through pedals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bigger acts will like have some level of pitch correction.
Sure.
Yeah. And to that I say, okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know. My view on it is like if I'm allowed to put 17 guitar pedals in front of my guitar,
Mm-hmm.
I think a vocalist is allowed to
have a little reverb.
Like
reverb, echo, chorus, like anything that they want. It's like go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get really precious about vocals, and I always liked the Silver Jews, great band, related to Pavement.
Okay.
Lyric that's like all my favorite singers never could sing or couldn't sing, something like that. And just like that's it. Like, okay, you're yelling. Put some stuff in front of it. It's sick. It's so cool. For Henry, are you good? Or am I?
It's like it's like because it's like just like to kind of round out. It's like that's kind of like the core reason why I want to like have like those kinds of things on my vocals. It's just mainly like distortion and saturation because it's like I want my voice to sound like Unsane or Today Is the Day, like those records. I want it to sound like it's coming out of a barrel of a shotgun, and it's like ripping the speakers in half. So transition to Ian.
So I would say that I have climbed to the highest peaks of gear dork perception, and I'm on the other side of it, where I think this happens to every person who's like a gear freak, which is that eventually you go, what if I stopped caring about this? And I used to have the big spaceship board, and there's nothing wrong with the spaceship board because I love Henry's board. I had the big spaceship board. I had the secondary board. I'm still running 2 amps to this day.
You used to. I have to cut in. Just to.
I also used to do synths.
Yeah,
I used to bring.
You used to do synths and a slide guitar on one stand, 2 pedal boards. Did you have 2 amps at the time?
Yeah.
I just want. Ian said he went to the top of the gear mountain here, and I'd like to just really double down and make sure it's fully there that he was.
I had the whole like I was trying to be Troy Van Leeuwen from Queens of the Stone Age, and now I'm just like I use old Mesa amp that no Mesa fans like.
Why don't they like it?
They don't like it because it's super bright, and then whoever owned this before me messed with it and took out like hardwired the power amp to the output, which for lay people means that at no point is no point is it really being characterized by its tubes. If you're a tube amp person, it's all the power of a tube amp with all the sonic characteristics of a solid state amplifier. Mm-hmm. And then I use like an old, this is my vintage. I mean, the Mesa's old, but I use a vintage, really rare amplifier called Yamaha G100, which is made by Paul Rivera of Rivera Amplification. And when he was contracted with Yamaha for a year. And it's just this stupid 2x10 solid state amplifier that puts out 100 watts of volume because I just want to be loud and serrated. And I think just generally like I like a lot of the like very clean modern metal sounds. I do find that really exciting, but I also like it when it just sounds like you're inside of a broken television. Uh, and just everything is about accentuating that and just like accentuating or de-accentuating. So I won't necessarily go through my whole pedal board. It's just a matter of like, I only care about making things sound from the base level of this sounds like a broken speaker screaming at me to more of that broken speaker or less of it. And that's it. Like,
And it's like it works for us because it's like it
yeah.
helps, like, because like we're very much like kind of a band about guitar interplay. We don't seek to like kind of always play like the same part all the same time, but like when we do, it makes the part really strong. But it's like it's definitely like that kind of Fugazi like headspace of like guitar parts. Like
Yeah.
I tend to do like the more kind of lower, heavier kind of fundamental lock in with the rhythm section kind of stuff. And Ian is like laser sharp, serrated, like attacks you, hates you, it's gonna kill you kind of sound. And it works.
I mean, like when we started in West of Neptune and I joined the band, Henry and I sat down at one point and kind of decided what our interplay was going to be, which I think is kind of rare for two guitarists. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but two guitarists to say, what are you doing? What am I doing? And I said, I just kind of think of myself as Guy Picciotto from Fugazi. And I think Henry was like, great, then I'm Ian Mackay, which is funny because I do the Ian Mackay vocals.
Right.
But,
It's flipped. It's like I do more like the impassioned Guy Picciotto kind of stuff, but then also do pseudo death growls and hardcore yelling.
I don't know if you can tell, but I grew up around the DC area, and I am the big God's biggest Fugazi fan.
So you mentioned the new EP.
Yep.
Do you mind hyping up the stuff that's coming up?
Yeah, sure. It's really can we curse?
Yes.
Okay.
Every
It's
episode
really-
every episode has an explicit content warning.
All right, good.
Yeah, on every platforms. So
I think I already cussed already.
so
I forgot.
cocksucker.
Okay. Motherfucker. No, it's really fucking loud. I don't want to make everything start with loud, but it's really fucking aggressive hardcore music. It's a little bit slam, a little bit beat down. The goal was mostly just to like follow our instincts on how do we transfer our like sensibilities. If you listen to Laceration Strains, how do we transfer our sensibilities to this thing that like we're all increasingly loving and listening to a lot more. And like I've been going to hardcore shows for like 10-15 years to the point where I don't mosh because my cartilage hurts. um and like how do we unlock that really enraged, aggressive, like tight side that I think it's not that we've never been tight. I think that's one of the things that we've always been good at, but just kick everything up a notch as far as getting more brutal.
I think another thing to add too is that as someone personally who does not, my eyes kind of glaze over and I listen, but only so many names kind of go into my head when I hear hardcore band names. Because I don't listen to a ton of hardcore. I'm more on the doom. I listen to a lot of prog stuff like that. I think it has aspects of that stuff as well, where it's not. I know I've listened to some recommendations from people where they're like, "Oh, you'll love this," and I do like hardcore, but there are certain times where yeah, it's a hardcore album, but it sounds like a hardcore album. I don't know what else to get out of it. I think we have a few more influences that have kind of crept into what we've done, especially on this new release, or I say soon to be released EP. That'll kind of appeal to people who like hardcore, but maybe want a little more out of it as well.
Hmm.
Cool. When's the release date again?
We haven't finalized a release date, but if we could, we would just watch our socials and everything, and it'll be out when it's out.
Do you have a title for the EP yet?
Self-titled.
We're just copying out on that.
No, that's fine. No, you should be like Kill Switch Engage and do it twice.
I forgot about that.
Know about that.
Oh, you didn't know.
Oops. Damn, I thought we would have been cool and been like Killing Joke where we had 2 self-titled records, but no.
Shit. Yeah, but both those 2 records are bangers. They're the 2 best records.
Right. We're just gonna end up 2 worst records.
No,
don't say that.
Don't say that. I'm gonna
sophomore jinx. Sophomore jinx.
I've never believed in the sophomore jinx because, like, when I think of metal bands, quite a few of them made one of their like most iconic albums the second go around. Like, no one's gonna tell me that like that Killers by Iron Maiden is a bad record.
No
one's gonna tell me that Ride the Lightning's a bad record. That's my favorite.
I was thinking. You can't say
that's my favorite Metallica album. You can't say that.
It's the best one, and I would say potentially the best metal record of all time. Which is a contentious position, but it is a little bit incredible.
It's the correct opinion, actually.
It's the first.
I think like I even tried to like. I think I was trying to make a list of like second albums I really liked, and it was getting. I feel like if I remember right, there are a lot of examples across a lot of metal subgenres.
Oh sure,
yeah.
I think metal tends to. This is a weird statement, but I think metal tends to avoid the second album slump, because the second album slump was all about the record label is making us put out a new one soon. And we're all broke as shit. So
yeah, like I think even for bands that are on labels, like you are not getting that much money thrown at you for your second album.
Yeah.
I think it takes longer for that to set in, even for like the bigger acts. Because one of my best examples of your second album was Nightwish. Because Oceanborn is a like in my top 10 albums of all time because it made that big of an impression on me. And I will not pretend that Nightwish didn't have a lot of ups and downs in their career, but it's because their scads of money to get the London Philharmonic Orchestra didn't come in until fifth album.
Yeah.
Like it takes you much longer to make it as a metal band, and making as a metal band means maybe you can buy a house.
Yeah. I there was that Slipknot interview where like I'm not the biggest Slipknot fan, but that first record is really good. Where they talked about how like we are upper middle class.
Yeah.
That is what all this fame and success has got us, is that we all own houses and we all have families and we all can afford it. But like we're not rich. We just can afford a house.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a much earlier episode I did about like moving on after you lose a key member. And I was thinking about I used the Black Dahlia murder as a good example. And one good point is that like they're probably doing fine right now, all 5 of them or whatever. And were when Trevor was around too. But like if they quit, they'll have to get real jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have real jobs right now.
Yeah, I'd say like 95% of metal bands are just composed of people with real jobs. Granted, some of them are real jobs within music, like you're a sound engineer, you make a lot of money off lessons, you do like lots and lots of session work, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But generally having some kind of real job. I sometimes get people asking me like, "Oh, do you make money off your podcast?" It's just like I lose money on my podcast.
That's the biggest goal. I mean, if we think about it, like I think one of the things I thought about sending, uh, I thought about before this interview, I should say, is like, um, being a small band,
Mm-hmm.
that we don't make much money. Money is
Mm-hmm.
not the point at the end of the day, because like we're not making it, so you might as well make the art you want to make, and vice versa. Like I have always just wanted to make the art I want to make. I want to make the music I want to make at any given time. And like if you start thinking about, oh, what does this do to my wallet? You're down a bad rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like as venues get harder to book and less accessible, which is nothing against venues, they have to do what they have to do, I get it. Smaller bands kind of have like a weirdly good position in this music industry, because we're like, well, I was losing money on this whole thing anyways, so I might as well keep losing money on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there are enough people motivated by a love for what they do.
Exactly.
I don't think we're ever gonna get rid of that.
Yeah. And that's what matters first, is just, do you love it? Do you like
Mm-hmm.
getting sweaty at the gig? And that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, and like, there are very small bands that you're shocked that they've been around for so long. It's not just people fizzling out after an album or two.
Yeah.
And if there is that, well, that's, life happens. Led Zeppelin was only around for 10 years.
Yeah.
Beatles were only around for 10 years.
It's no shade to anyone. Like, it's just a case of these things happen. You have to make real decisions about your real life. And if it keeps working, it keeps working. And if it doesn't keep working, it doesn't keep working. In our case, it works really well. We're all in, broadly the area, meaning Eastern Massachusetts,
Yeah.
Middle and Eastern.
Yeah.
And we all are stable enough where we can just keep doing it. And we're in a good place now where we just went up to Maine. We had 2 incredible shows. That was our first time in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very heartening that the next step is always possible.
Yeah.
But like it is a I would say the thing that we have been most affected by as a band is the fact that life happens.
Mm-hmm.
Previous drummer, incredible drummer, we're still very good friends with him. He had to leave for incredibly valid reasons. I'm never gonna begrudge someone for saying like, I have to care about my life first.
All right. Yeah, how were those shows in Maine?
It was so good.
Where were they?
Bangor and
Okay.
Farmington.
Okay.
And it was like we were like invited out by like Griefmonger, great fucking band. We've just become incredibly fast friends with them.
Well, I think we were originally invited out by not to take this away from you, but I think we were originally invited out by Northern Hell Cult.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Northern Hell Cult.
I'm familiar with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do a lot of those sober space shows.
Yep.
That's why I'm familiar with them.
So we played 2 sober spaces.
Okay.
Super cool. It was just like, I don't know. I just always want young people to have places to go to.
Yeah, how young were these crowds?
Yeah.
How young were they?
They were. It was like, I don't know. I'm a terrible gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Same
I
here.
go to a lot of all ages shows, shows, but it doesn't mean like kids are swarming the place either.
Yeah.
No, I'd say like maybe between like 19 and 25, something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Really youngsters.
Yeah.
I know that Farmington has a University of Maine satellite campus.
Yep.
I don't know what Bangor has.
Bangor's
No.
Bangor. It has
Bangor's
the
Bangor.
I am the only one in the band who likes Maine.
Oh.
That's a bad way of saying it.
I-
That's going to make it sound bad. I personally love Maine, and Bangor just reminds me of a lot of my favorite places in Maine. I've been through it a bunch. When I go up there, I'm mostly in Bar Harbor, but great place. Love it.
I used to get to Maine a lot to see friends.
Yeah.
It's a hike, whether in a car or how I did it. Train to Boston, Amtrak to. I always met my friend at the Portland station.
Yeah.
My brother's in Portland. He does anytime he has to go to Boston, he'll take the train out.
Yeah, it's actually like it's comfy.
Yeah.
I've had much worse experiences traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I've flown United before.
My biggest dumbest mistake is when I was like, I am a full adult. I am ready to make important decisions. And the first thing I did around this was I was like, I am going to join the United flight miles whatever program. I was like, that's going to be my airline of choice because I was flying a lot for work. And no longer.
Yeah, I worked with a guy who used to be a flight attendant for United, and he will spend every opportunity he can talking shit about United.
It's also Boeing's personal airline.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
Airline talk on the Metal Podcast.
Yeah.
No,
You can't get any more heavy metal than that.
No, I have opinions too because I usually fly JetBlue because their Wi-Fi is just so good. It is the best Wi-Fi you'll get in the air. It is better than Wi-Fi you'll get on Amtrak, which is not in the air.
Yep.
Like last time I flew JetBlue, I could spend the whole flight scrolling Twitter and listening to Spotify, and that's like 85% of my needs.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep at all. It was a red eye flight. I usually can sleep on those.
Yeah.
Not a wink because I was too entertained.
That's awesome. I mean, JetBlue, people give it shit, but it is, I don't know, at this point, I use it more than anything else.
I've never had a terrible JetBlue experience. Maybe like a middling one.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm mad they don't have the blue potato chips anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those.
I've never had a truly bad experience. I've had truly bad experiences on United, truly
Same.
bad experiences on American Airlines.
Yeah.
But like JetBlue, it's fine to good, which is what you want from the average experience.
Yeah, and the only true budget airline I've ever flown is Allegiant, and it was fine for what it was. It was a 2-hour flight from Grand Rapids to Boston.
Oh yeah, I got one of those 5. I was in London for a few months.
They got like one of the €5 flights.
Yeah, the €5, £5.
The Ryanair special.
That was it, and I felt like I was going to die the entire time.
Don't they sell scratch tickets on there?
Yes!
Yeah, that's like that sounds very American, and it's not.
The really that kind of stuff is definitely a continental European thing, which.
No, I think America needs Freedom Air, where you can buy, you can't have a gun on a plane, but you can buy ammo for when you disembark, scratch tickets, and Monster Energy.
A duty-free instead of alcohol, right at the front of right when you disembark, and it's just like, what do you want? I want hamburger. I want 40 rounds of 30-06 ammo. I want.
So this is what one of my UK friends says she misses the most about the US. Cheetos. You need to put Cheetos in the American duty free.
That was when I was in London. That was the thing. They did not have Cheetos. Cheetos go crazy.
Yeah, and like she has a point. It's because of a lot of the ingredients. Although one of the banned foods foods that never crossed over that confused me was goldfish. Because she said, "Oh, it's probably because of the coloring." But as a true snack aficionado, I know that goldfish are colored naturally with annatto.
Yeah.
So that would not be an issue. Get the goldfish over there.
It's got to be the same reason that like half of all snacks don't make it, which is just I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I tried to send a very simple chocolate bar to a friend in Canada, and she's like, "I got your card, but there's like this shredded wrapper in there, and customs fucking eviscerated my chocolate bar."
Classic customs. The first time I came back from Canada, which I didn't do anything necessarily wrong. I was on a full bus full of people,
Mm-hmm.
and if I did do anything wrong, the statute of limitations has run out. Limitations has run out. It was like a school trip to Montreal. I'm outing myself by saying it was a French club trip, and to Quebec, and I just had food with me, and we get to border control, and I just they're going down the bus to take a look because it's 40 people on this bus, and I just stuffed it because they caught someone like two in front of me. I just stuffed all the food inside of my big jacket, and they were they don't look in that, they do look in everything else. And I get why. Because I care about speciesization and not harming our plants, our flora and fauna that's native to here. I care about that a lot. But chocolate bars and salmon jerky, I don't think are going to really.
Yeah, turns out like anything dried is probably not that big of a deal. So besides the EP, what future plans do you guys have?
You want to do it?
I was just gonna say keep playing more shows.
Cool.
And obviously writing, more and coming out with more albums. But in the near future, it's more looking like more shows to support the EP and everything.
Yeah. What show, where are you hoping to play in the near future?
You were just telling me about something we got in the works.
So it looks like we don't have anything nailed down yet, so I don't want to say.
Don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
Don't want to jinx it. Don't want to say anything that's not true. But I think in the future the goal is, we want to keep hitting the East Coast a lot. We'd love to go to Philly because that's a big place for what we do. And we just haven't gotten down there yet. And then I don't know, if we can continue going further and further afield, that's if we can get something national, that would be incredible. Right now, let's just get it where if we play a show, we can sleep on my parents' basement or in my parents' basement.
I guess on a much smaller scale, would you play something in Central Mass?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I say this because there's been a shocking amount of stuff at the Eagles Club in wherever I live right now, and I'm just like, I wonder how close I'll get to a band that I've interviewed getting on there. It's been I've gotten close. I've gotten bands I knew people from. metal/hard rock band creation from Crisis. They're casually family friends of ours, which is very funny.
That's awesome.
I did not know them through the music scene. I knew them because their guitarist's daughter is like friends with my cousin's kids. So
Nice.
it's all like it's all the cute stuff like that. But I've never interviewed them, although, offers always open. But
Yeah,
it would be nice. It's just like it's cool to see stuff like out in the boonies. Like even if I can't get to it, it's just like, oh, you're playing a show in East Hampton. Good for you.
I think it's more of what we want to do as well. Just you were saying.
I was gonna say we've been trying for Ralph's in Worcester.
Yeah.
That's always a fun venue. I'd love to play there.
Their burgers are good. I'm really food motivated. If
we're all food motivated.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about a dive bar burger, but like that stuff will make you see God.
It's so good. It's so crazy good. Yeah, I mean, I just think in general we want to play more of these places because at the end of the day, that is where the hardcore scene is. It's a small. I don't want to speak.
It's out of VFW.
It's out of VFW.
Yeah, we want to play more VFWs.
Yeah, like my closest VFW is the one in Leominster, Massachusetts. I don't know if I've really heard of shows there or not, but there's probably just been a bunch of hardcore ones that kind of, wash over me because I'm looking a little more at metal.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm sure the realist mosh pit warriors of Leominster are gonna come out of the woodwork now.
That's always the hard thing, I think, for us is that like I don't know if I'm the biggest metalhead in the band, but I am definitely like, oh, you got to check out this cool new death metal band.
Yeah.
They're they make riffs that make you dumber. No.
I love threatening people with low IQ music.
My go-to on that, and this is not to be mean to them, I love them. The band Frozen Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just every single riff, I'm like, that's third grade math. Gone.
Yeah. They're very fun.
They're super fun.
Like they're one of those bands where this isn't their fault either, but it's just like there was a thread I saw recently on the Metal Archives forums, and it was like bands that are no one's favorite, and that feels very mean.
Aww.
But I was thinking of bands that like they're always the support act, but never the star. And boy, will Frozen Soul sign on to open for fucking anyone.
Yeah. Because they're brutal. They're so good. And I try to explain them to people, and it's like every single song is about freezing to death.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me the name of the band,
Oh,
but you told me
Soul,
about them. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
And they're from the hot butt crack of Texas.
It's very scary if you're from Texas.
Yeah, they probably almost did freeze to death in that snowstorm in 2021.
Right. Oh god, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I am definitely the one who brings it to the band where I'm like, do you want to see this dumb death metal band? Do you want to see this like disgusting black metal band? You need to listen to them right now. And these two are, I think, have a much more level-headed approach to really good stuff. Meanwhile, I'm like, I found this just absolute like, and I mean like brutal band, and I can't stop thinking about them. It's not to, it's not to differentiate us on anything other than just like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, it's just, I love when things are so stupid that it feels like my skull is caving in. Brackets positive.
No thoughts. You thought too much about
No thoughts,
Party Cannon.
Every bassist only has a certain allotted amount of time for thoughts, and I think I've gone a little past that.
I guess my final thought is we're going to be playing some shows here in the future. We'll announce them on our Instagram. Instagram is the biggest place that we post and we use, and that's where all the things are. But just in general, like, I think the thing that we've learned most recently is just becoming more connected with your local show scene. It's not about, your personal action. It's not about your ability to like be a band or anything like that. It's just, this is the community that we have, and you have to foster it and be a part of it and be exuberant about it if you want it to exist tomorrow and then the next day and the next day, et cetera, et cetera. Like, this is a small community. The statistic that I think is hilarious is that metal specifically is the largest genre of music in the entire world. But the biggest metal band's Metallica. Other than that, we're talking just like, you are listening to your own shit by volume, and that has, this community of people has like made that the biggest genre in the world. And the only way that we continue to like that's great, but we need to continue to like be in these spaces and like make cool shows happen for it to continue to be that way.
I mean, it's like there's not much else to add. It's like I don't fucking know.
You gotta be polite and say goodbye.
Oh,
goodbye. Right. Goodbye, everybody. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Yeah.
Doing the Porky Pig wave. That's all, folks.
Think of me when you look to the night sky.
Yeah, exactly.